Hello and welcome. Today I'm taking a trip to the cathedral town of St Albans, just heading out of central London now. St Albans is around 20 miles from London. As you head out, you go through the suburbs.
You will shortly be arriving at Mill Hill Broadway.
And then the suburbs in turn give way to the rolling fields of Hertfordshire. I'm just walking down the street now, from the train station into the heart of St Albans. You can see up ahead that Greek-looking building, that's the town hall.
The houses are definitely the
And there is the historic market square. The core of St Albans contains several medieval buildings like that half-timbered one there on the right. And further down, you'll see there's one with a slight overhang on the right that's been converted into a shop. St Albans was a very significant town in medieval England, for reasons that we'll come on to shortly. I'm just heading out of the market square now, down to the historic heart of St Albans. There's buildings from throughout Britain's history here, and some of them have wonderful features if you know where to look. In fact, there are things that you might even miss on first instance that turn out to be some of the best things of all. And here is one of them. On the side of this pub are some wonderful Victorian floral tiles. I'm now in the historic heart of the town. Just through this park and on the right you'll see one of the oldest schools in the country. It was founded in 928 and it's still in operation today. Few of the school buildings are anything like that age, but in the middle here you can see a genuine medieval gatehouse which dates back to the 1200s. This gatehouse was besieged during the Peasants' Revolt by John Ball in 1381, when the peasants, fed up with low wages, rose up against the king. Finally, this is the real reason why I've come here. This is St Albans Cathedral, which was originally St Albans Abbey. The building in front of me was founded before 1077, but the earliest existing structures are parts of the normal cathedral, which was founded at that date. The cathedral itself was famous for its founding saint, St Alban. Alban was a local man in the Roman town who took in a priest to protect him from the Roman authorities who didn't approve of the priest being a subversive Christian. Alban exchanged places with the priest and ended up giving his life so that the man could live. best preserved medieval church paintings in the country. Now I'm behind the choir screen. This is the heart of the cathedral. You can see St Albans tomb on the right with the red top, and above me is one of the finest Norman towers left in England, perhaps the finest. To the right, just behind St Albans tomb, you can see a very rare medieval choir stall, one of the few in the country to have survived, made of ornately carved wood. And so I leave St Albans Abbey with the angelic sounds of the choir ringing in my ears. It's time to bid farewell to this tranquil place. The abbey, which is built on the site where St Albans martyred, was on top of a hill. But the town St Albans came from, Verulamium, was in the valley down here. Today it's a park. It's been a hot summer, and in a summer like this in 1976, the outlines of several Roman buildings were revealed in the fields. But a little bit before that, in the 1930s, a magnificent discovery had been made. It's now preserved under a roof in this building. Here it is, one of the finest mosaics from Roman Britain. In the corner on the left here, you can see an even more ornate mosaic. But this is all that's left of what would once have been perhaps the finest mosaic in the whole of the villa. Underneath the floor here, there would have been central heating or a hypocaust. Verulamium was the third largest town in Roman Britain, after Londinium, which is now London, and Camalundrum, which is now Colchester. I'm now walking along the River Bear, which flows through St Albans, perhaps where Verulamium got its name. what's left of Sopwell Nunnery. So, in the medieval times, and Henry VIII got rid of it. This is actually a house that was built out of the ruins of Sopwell Nunnery by one of Henry VIII's advisors. And this, I guess, is where our trip will have to end.